Imagine an insect capable of catching a bird in mid-flight. Sounds unlikely, doesn't it? But the praying mantis does exactly that. This insect, often seen motionless and waiting for its prey, possesses a surprising ability to capture birds, defying what many of us would expect from a predator of its size. When it comes to high-tech gear in the animal kingdom, the praying mantis is not messing around. Behind its calm appearance of one who meditates on the mysteries of the jungle lies a true arsenal of hunting devices that would make any international spy blush with envy. First, let's talk about the front legs. Make no mistake, they're not just for prayer. Armed with spikes sharper than a film critic's remarks, these claws are capable of grabbing prey with precision that could make a surgeon feel somewhat insecure. And the speed of the attack? Let's just say if you blink, you miss it. Literally. Next up, the art of camouflage. The praying mantis could teach a masterclass on how to disappear into its surroundings, be it a green leaf or a dry branch. The camouflage of the praying mantis goes way beyond just picking the greenest leaf to hang on. These guys know that, in the fashion of nature, blending into the environment is the real trend. Depending on the species, they can blend in with dry leaves, branches, and even flowers. Yes, some praying mantises can be found doing orchid cosplay, patiently waiting for their next admirer victim. Part of what makes the camouflage of the praying mantis so effective is not just its appearance, but also its incredible patience. They can remain motionless for hours on end, which for anyone who has tried to meditate for more than 5 minutes is a notable feat. This ability to stay still, along with their natural disguise, makes the praying mantis practically invisible to both their prey and predators. The eyes of the praying mantis are another centerpiece of their equipment. Capable of rotating almost 180 degrees, they provide a panoramic view of the world, ensuring nothing escapes their radar. Imagine having the ability to see who's coming up behind without having to turn around. It's practically the dream of anyone who's ever stood in a long and tedious queue. And speaking of turning, the head of the praying mantis can rotate in a way that would make the main character from the movie, The Exorcist, seem amateur. This ability is not only useful for keeping an eye, literally, in all directions, but also adds that element of surprise during social encounters in the insect world. The dietary life of the praying mantis is like a stroll through an exotic buffet, where variety is key. But instead of choosing between salads and main courses, the praying mantis has a more adventurous take on what constitutes a meal. The daily menu includes everything that moves, from insects that don't know they've entered the danger zone to surprising aerial encounters. Yes, the praying mantis has the incredible ability to turn a casual bird flight into a dining opportunity. It's like having its own express delivery service, only more direct. And of course, we can't overlook the most intriguing aspect of its diet, the occasional post-romantic snack. For the praying mantis, love sometimes ends with an extra touch of protein, proving that, in the animal kingdom, true love can be, well, complicated. The quest for the perfect meal is a game of patience for the praying mantis. It waits, motionless, like a spy lurking, until the perfect prey passes by. Then with a quick movement, the meal is secured. This less is more strategy means less rushing and more efficiency, a true zen in the art of hunting. And don't think that the praying mantis limits itself to one type of dish. Its menu is as varied as its habitat allows, always open to new gastronomic experiences. If it moves, it's on the menu. It's the definition of fresh and local food. In the catalog of skills of the praying mantis, one in particular leaves spectators agape: its ability to capture birds in mid-flight. Yes, you read that correctly. This insect, which we could easily associate only with the predation of much smaller animals, has an impressive trick up its sleeve. At first glance, the idea of a praying mantis catching a bird seems to defy the laws of nature. After all, we're talking about an insect facing prey that are not only bigger and stronger, but also capable of flight. Yet the praying mantis, with its blend of patience, precision, and camouflage, manages to do just that. The secret to the success of the praying mantis lies in its ambush strategy. Remaining motionless, often disguised among leaves and flowers, it waits for the perfect moment. When a bird comes too close, the praying mantis strikes with surprising speed, extending its front legs armed with sharp spikes to grab the bird before it can react. The ability of the praying mantis to capture birds relies crucially on the element of surprise. its quick reflexes are essential, giving the bird little or no time to escape. Once grasped, the praying mantis uses its strength to hold the prey and eventually feed on it. In the great cycle of life, even a hunter as cunning as the praying mantis has its own challenges to face. Yes, even this master of camouflage and patience finds itself at times on the less favorable side of the food chain. First, there are birds, whose keen vision and speed often turn the praying mantis into an unexpected meal. For these predators, the camouflage ability of the praying mantis is not always enough, especially if movement is detected. It's a true battle of agility and cunning, where the sky is not the limit, but the battlefield. Spiders are also formidable competitors. With their intricate webs and ambush skills that rival those of the praying mantis, they pose a constant threat. A well-hidden spider can be the end of the line for an unsuspecting praying mantis that simply fell into the wrong web at the wrong time. On the ground, lizards and certain amphibians wait with patience similar to that of the praying mantis. Their ability to remain motionless and camouflaged, combined with rapid attacks, puts the praying mantis at risk, especially in younger and more vulnerable stages of its life. In the world of the praying mantis, love can be, literally, deadly. The phenomenon of post-mating death, a plot twist that not even the best romantic novels could foresee, is both fascinating and somewhat macabre. After a mating ritual that could be described as tense, to say the least, the male praying mantis often finds its end in the jaws of the female with whom he just shared an intimate moment. But why such a tragic ending to a romantic encounter? The most accepted explanation is surprisingly practical. The female consumes the male to obtain the necessary nutrients for the development of the eggs. Yes, in the case of the praying mantis, love feeds life in a very literal way. This protein-rich meal ensures that the next generation has a healthy start to life. And what do males do to avoid this fate? Some have developed strategies to stealthily approach females or quickly escape after mating. It's a true game of cunning, where survival depends as much on the ability to seduce as on the ability to flee. Among all the masters of martial arts, few are as unique as the praying mantis, an insect that, unknowingly, became a pioneer in Kung Fu. It was the keen eye of Kung Fu masters who, upon observing the praying mantis in action, realized that this insect had something special. In addition to being a master in the art of stay still until it's time not to be still, the praying mantis possesses precision and speed in attack that would impress any black belt. In the praying mantis Kung Fu style, practitioners learn the subtle art of looking like a leaf, until the moment it's no longer advantageous to look like a leaf. Angular strikes, calculated defenses, and the ability to use the opponent's force against them are key to this style. Adopting an insect as the icon of a martial art might seem strange at first, but it's precisely this strangeness that underlines the genius of the praying mantis style. It teaches that it's not the size of the opponent that matters, but the intelligence and strategy with which you face the challenge. Of course, having sharp front legs also helps. It all starts with the mother praying mantis executing what could be considered the great bank heist of nature's egg vault. She deposits her precious eggs in a foam that looks like a marshmallow safe. This safe is known as an Uthaka and ensures that the next generation of insect ninjas is ready for action, protected against elements and predators. When the eggs hatch, out come not adorable babies waiting for hugs, but nymphs, mini praying mantises with a fierce attitude. They are ready for combat from the start, although their opponents are limited to prey that doesn't require an epic fight. Think of them as ninjas in training, who are not yet allowed to use wings or go out at night. Upon reaching maturity, the praying mantis becomes the efficient and solitary predator we recognize, complete with wings that allow greater mobility and access to a wider variety of prey. This period in the life of the praying mantis is marked by a predominantly solitary existence, punctuated only by brief and often dangerous encounters during the mating season. The life cycle of the praying mantis culminates in reproduction, where, after mating, the female prepares a new ootheca, ensuring the next generation. The life of an adult praying mantis can be short, especially considering the dangers from predators and the act of mating, which for males can mean the end of the line. So next time you encounter a praying mantis, remember that you are in the presence of a predator with an arsenal worthy of an action movie, although it prefers to use its weapons for hunting prey rather than saving the world. And for those of you who enjoy our videos, we have a playlist for you. Stay with God and go watch.